Hello, guys. Today I'm going to talk about Leah. This was requested on the Soccer Spirit forums. So, who is Leah and what are her positions? Leah is an Andor long passer, and she has actually two good positions. The first one being center mid because of one of her passives, and the other one being one of the sides on the back. Again, she heals when being attacked, so you don't want her center back, even if that's her ideal position. Now, let's get into the skills. Skill-wise, again, this is not an actual build, it's just because we threw points on it. Depending on how you play her, you're going to have a little bit of a different setup, and this is really going to depend on you. So, first thing is, the first and the second skill are the skills you're going to want to max out. So the first skill is basically a long pass, who's something very standard. As you know with the AI, you're going to be forced to max it out for it to be used the most often possible. It is a little bit expensive, but it is a long pass. It never hurts to have it. In either position, you want to have this. Now, the second skill is increase team action speed by 20% of a pass, who's something really cool. And since she has a passer assist AI, she will make a pass. This will activate. So again, I'm going to insist on using this skill. This skill is her bread and butter. Recover action bar and 35% life when attacked. Even in PvP, that still means she's going to be doing 18.75%. That's twice, even more than twice as much as Metatron. So it's very strong. The only thing is it doesn't affect the rest of the team. And the very last one is Troublemaker. Decrease action speed and reflex of enemies within the position. So now, what a lot of people seem to have done is they've maxed her out in two ways. And irrelevant of their position, it's still going to be the exact same two ways. Now, you can have a different opinion. That is completely fine. The only skill that is mandatory to be maxed out is this one. What some people are going to do, they're going to do a 5-5-5 free build because they really want the long pass. And some people who don't care so much about the long pass are going to instead do a free 5-5-5 build. Both of them are viable. It depends what you're looking for. This is going to give more reflex to your side. And this one's just going to give a long pass. So if you don't care about it and you know there's a 15-minute cooldown, it's really up to you. This is the free 5-5-5 is more for a long time fight, and the other one's for a short time fight. The thing is, since she has a hype recovery, she's going to be much more valuable in PvE. So just be aware of that. She's not going to truly shine in PvP. Now, on a stone slot level, she is extremely lucky because she has the slots that we wish Metatron would have. So, the idea is that, as you all know, Andor Reflex has critical resistance, and Wormwind Speedstone has critical resistance. So, what you're going to want to do ideally is put an Andor Reflex Stone right here, another Andor Reflex Stone here, a Wormwind Speedstone, and for this slot, again, I'm talking about center mid right now. For this slot, you're going to want to put at the beginning a light crit stone or a light hype stone, depending on what you feel is best. And then at the first time you get it, put a 1000 Watcher, and that's going to make a huge reflex center mid fighter. Now again, as she is Andor, I'm imagining you're using other Andor players, such as Victoria, Erica in the backline. Again, she will shine the most in a mono Andor team, but she still is very viable in rainbow teams. Now, if instead you decide to put her on one of the backs or the sides, now this is what I've seen. Some people will have different opinions. What has been used pretty often is they've used a Paradise of Light on this slot, who increases the life by 35% attack power. Now again, that's because we're trying to max out on the fact that she heals. On top of it, if you have Illusion, she could be basically healing above 20%. So having a lot of life and a lot of critical resist is really great. Now, if you don't prefer that, a few people have decided to use her in case they had no one capable to hold Burning Matter. Now, I wouldn't advise that, but that is completely up to you. On a chain level, first of all, this chain will never activate, and well, I don't believe you should ever have any of these in your team. For the second chain, it's again the exact same thing. Now with the change of the meta, this is actually a great chain. First of all, if you're running a mono Andor team or something dual, or actually anything, she should be on your team or she'll be on the opponent team because of the new meta. So this chain has a huge chance of activating. And now for the last one, we have a Latios. I don't understand why one would have a Latios, but imagining for some reason you're trying to make a Cancer team, this chain could activate. Skin-wise, she has this cute little flight attendant skin. It's pretty nice, and her basic skins are not bad. I mean, they're very plain and basic, so it's really up to you. Personally, I would say flight attendant if you're using her for a little stat boost, but that again is really up to you. So again, to recap, basically Andor Reflex, Wormwind Speed, Andor Reflex, and Thousand Watcher or POL depending on which line you place her on. So I hope this helps people understand how to use Leah and what stones. Again, for a lot of you, if you have a different opinion, it's really up to you. I'm just giving my take on this. Have a good day.